You want to, Kate. I don't want to have to embarrass you up there at Mount Lantano.
Oh, that's okay. I'm sure you'll only fall down about 10 times per descent.
Oh, yeah? And I suppose when you put on a pair of skis, you just, like, float in the air?
Yeah. You know, when I like to do something, I invest a little time in it.
Oh. And did you, invest very much time in Elliot Staghorn?
Funny how his name keeps popping up. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we did spend a lot of time together.
Oh?
Yeah. But that's what happens when you work on a very exciting research project together.
Oh, I see, and it was all in the name of scientific research, right?
Yes, Elliot is very dedicated to his studies.
Oh. Yeah, well, I thought he was interested in a different kind of research.
Are you jealous?
No, it's not that I'm jealous. Exactly, I'm worried about you, Kate.
He's not dangerous.
No, Kate, I mean, come on, I don't know you that well, right? And, well, maybe you would respond to that kind of approach from a guy.
Oh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, the guy's good looking, and he's intelligent, and he's a TV celebrity. He's got a line of PhDs about a mile long. Now some women would respond to that type of thing.
Some, but not me. I look for other qualities in men.
Like what?
Like strength, courage, sensitivity, common sense. I could meet a zoologist with 10 degrees, and if he wasn't sensitive to the animals he was working with, I probably wouldn't want to get to know him better.
Uh-huh. And what about sensitivity to you?
Sometimes I'm lucky enough to meet people who are.
Just a big shooting match, huh? You know, sometimes you feel like you've hit a bullseye dead on. One day you wake up to discover that you missed the target completely.
You know, that's what I like about skiing. You don't have to hit any targets. In fact, the more you miss, the better off you are.
Tell me something. How did you get to be so damn independent?
Grandma Sanders likes to call it willful.
Why didn't you just go along with the Sanders way of doing things? I mean, just go to that all-girls college, marry the right name. You had the money and the connections to do whatever you wanted with the rest of your life.
I thought you knew me better than that. Come on, we both know that money and happiness aren't necessarily related. Look, I'm a fighter and a bit of a perfectionist, and when I see a challenge,
You know, sometimes some people come up winners, and they decide that they never really wanted the prize to begin with.
Yeah, some people do. And it's sad. But that's not my problem. I know exactly what I want. Look, cord's gonna be cut. I mean, Clint is going to be coming in a minute, so I'm gonna go change my clothes and run the ski report.
You sure you're all right? No cuts, no bruises?
That's very sweet of you, but she barely laid a glove on me.
Good. But I can tell you how incredibly stupid you are.
Me? I'm not the one who was lured into Agrippina's trap.
I knew exactly what I was doing.
Oh, don't give me that. She batted those great big eyes of hers, and you just followed her anywhere, right into the hands of Dmitri.
For your information, I was skeptical of her story for some time.
Oh, were you?
You don't believe me? Ask Charles. I was just playing along with the act, waiting for her to spring her trap.
If that's the case, then how was Kojo able to get the drop on you?
That was only temporary. If you noticed, I got him, didn't I?
Yeah, and I got Agrippina, so why? Why can't I have my moment of triumph?
Because one of these days, Dorian, your moment of triumphs are going to end in disaster. And if it's okay with you, I'd like you to stick around for a while.
Oh, child. Well, in that case, it doesn't matter who gets the glory. What's important is that I get you and you get me.
Well, took Miss Walcott here all of 2 minutes of deliberation before she started to talk. We will have Colonel Dmitri under arrest very soon.
Oh, and does that mean we'll finally be rid of our road company, Mata Hari?
I'll miss you, John.
Well, something tells me, Agrippina, that you will get by just fine.
No matter what I did or why I did it, I was always very fond of you. Extremely fond.
Wait a minute here. Yes, I could not have said that better myself.
I'll go with you, and as soon as we get her statement, we go after Colonel Dmitri.
Goodbye, John.
Enough already!
Let's get her out of here.
Excuse me, but why? What? Wipe the lipstick off and the silly grin. Why are you smiling?
I can't help it, Dorian. I think I'm going to miss her, too.
Oh, really?
Well, maybe I can take your mind off.
And your mother was the only friend I had in Statesville.
Don't be so modest, Diane. You were Dorian's friend, too. That's why she was so anxious to have you released.
Well, Mom said something good would come out of her time in prison. I guess that's you, Diane.
Well, looks like you all stood away, Cass.
Thanks, Keith.
Yeah, by the way, Keith, you told me you met Cassie in Vienna. You didn't say what brought you to Landview.
Keith, my father's the district attorney. He's naturally suspicious.
What are you talking about?
That's okay, Mr. Callison. I don't mind telling you. I follow Cassie.
Oh, be serious. Keith was one of David's music students. He just stopped off to see me home, and then he's on his way to South America. More schooling?
No, a job, but forget about me. You two must have a lot to talk about.
We do?
Well, yes, you have been closer to Dorian than anyone the last few months.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I have. It's been great sharing the house with her and work, too. You're working at WVLE?
Like I said, she's been really great to me.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Listen, I can't wait to see her. I think I'm just going to go over to the studio and surprise her.
Oh,
Yeah.
and she's not at the studio. She would have told me. She ran out of here without saying where she was going.
Oh, well, I'm just going to have to wait here then.
Honey, I wish I could wait with you, but there's something I have to take care of right away.
But some things never change. You still work much too hard.
Well, maybe we'll change that now that you're back in town. Take you to all the movies you missed. You show me how well you've learned to ski.
Deal.
Huh?
You're
Good.
still my favorite date there.
Yeah. You hear that, Keith?
Yes, sir.
Take good care of them, Diane.
I will.
Check back with you in the morning.
Thanks for the lift home.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye.
It's nice to meet you, sir.
You too. So long.
Bye.
Well, you guys must be starving after your flight. Let me get you something to eat.
That's okay. I can whip us up a snack.
Oh, I don't mind.
Diane, it's all right. I know where everything is. Besides, I can't wait to get my hands on Mom's kitchen. Come on, Keith.
Anyway, Clint, I want to drop off this proof sheet before the deadline tomorrow.
Well, you could have had a messenger,
Yeah, I could have done that.
or you could have gone up to the lodge and done some skiing and brought him over tomorrow.
Yeah, I could have done that, too.
Let me be honest. I'm glad you came by.
You are.
Yes, I was pretty rough on you today,
Look,
and
Clint,
don't
you don't have-
interrupt me, okay? I was wrong, Cord. I was wrong to ask you to testify against Vicky. And if you want to stay out of the middle of our fight, I have to respect that. Frankly, I admire it. Fair enough?
It's more than fair, Clint. Look, the last thing I want to happen is for a wedge to be driven between you and I after all this.
That goes double for me. With everything else that it looks like I could lose around here, I don't think I could handle having you leave me too.
I just checked the ski report, and there's going to be great skiing conditions through the morning.
Oh, sounds great.
Clint, why don't you come with us?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
No. The last thing you need is me tagging along with you. Did you reserve a room at the lodge?
No, we didn't.
Oh, well, why don't you use the mountain cabin? It's, hell, it's only a mile and a half away from the lodge, and it's a lot cozier.
Well, we're just going to ski for the night.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
what I meant...
I know what you meant, Clint, and we'll be driving back tonight, thanks.
Oh. Well, be careful, will you? You know those mountain roads get pretty slippery.
Yeah, we'll take it easy. Hey, Clint, thanks again.
Hey, thank you for coming by.
Thanks. Bye.
the wrong place, Jamie. Your sister lives here, doesn't she? What if she sees us?
Relax. I already checked. Kate's out for the evening. Now, let's see what you've got.
Keep it down, will you? We can both do hard time for this. Here.
What do you call this?
It's a passport, isn't it? That's what you paid for.
I paid for a work of art, not this garbage.
Everybody's a critic.
Don't get cute with me, man. If I tried to pass customs with that passport, I'd land right back in Statesville. What the hell are you trying to poke?
You get what you pay for, Jamie.
I gave you a diamond ring.
You gave me glass. Take a look.
What are you talking about?
I tried to get something for that. They laughed in my face. This piece of garbage, it's on the house.
But I need a good passport now.
Fine. Pay me top dollar. I'll give you top quality.
Fine, you'll get your money.
I've heard that before, Jamie.
Damn it, I said you'll get it. I have to turn Diane Bristol upside down and shake it out of her.
What's wrong? Cops?
Worse, my mother. Listen, I'll get back to you real soon. With the real jewelry this time.
Thank you.
Why do I have the feeling that something's wrong?
Let me order us something.
Herb, you brought me here because you wanted to tell me something urgent.
Your son, Judith.
What about him? What about Jamie? There's nothing to talk about. We were at Statesville. We found out the story was truthful.
Judith, I wish I didn't have to tell you this.
Tell me what, Herb?
That first convict we questioned today, Hector Salas, he called me a little while ago.
He did? About what?
Seems after we left, he had a sudden attack of conscience. He wanted to tell me the real story. Jamie paid off one of the guards to arrange for the stabbing.
No.
The attack was a fake, Judith. He orchestrated the whole thing.
He's a desperate criminal. He's trying to help himself.
Oh, he's getting out anyway. He'd have nothing to gain by lying.
It's a common criminal's word against my son.
Honey, I don't blame you for wanting to deny the truth.
Herb, he couldn't have done that. He couldn't have set up his own stabbing. He wouldn't lie to me like that.
Judith,
Herb,
Judith, you have to face what your son has done. He didn't just arrange for his own stabbing. He used you. He used you, Judith, to get his release from prison.
Yeah, I got him right here, Briggs. Court managed to get a shot of the fella just after the verdict came down. It's great stuff. Yes, I agree. Let's run it on page 1 tomorrow. Good, I'll get it right over to you.
Clint, there's something wrong. Look, I was checking on the children. Joey and Jessica are in bed, and Kevin is nowhere to be found.
Well, wait a minute. Weren't you talking to him earlier?
Yes, right here in the library, but I haven't seen him since then.
Well, maybe he's in the game room.
No, I called over the intercom, and there was no answer.
Well, did Kim check the West Wing? He might
We have looked everywhere, Clint, everywhere. Wait a minute. When I came down here earlier, he was writing in that composition book, and he stopped right away when I came in.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm running away. I found out you're going to be fighting over me and Joy and Jessica, and we want to stay with both of you. I don't want to be like Jeff. If you change your mind and stay married, I'll come back home. I love Kevin.
My sinuses are under attack, Sarge.
What do you need for some?
One life to live. Okay, Rafe, thanks.
What did he say?
He'll be right over.
Well, what about the train station, the bus station? What about anywhere that a little boy would run to?
Rafe has men on alert at every point of departure in the city. But he still thinks it's more likely that Kevin is closer to home.
But where? The servants have searched every inch of this property. Kevin's not anywhere.
A little boy just doesn't vanish into thin air, Vicky. Besides, he might be even closer than you think.
Why do you say that? What do you know? Are you keeping something from me?
I wasn't going to say anything until Rafe got here, but I found some tracks in the snow right outside the terrace doors.
Footprints? Were they footprints? I mean, were they Kevin's?
Well, the way the snow is falling, Vicky, there's no way to be 100% sure, but I think they're Kevin's.
That means he was right outside that door just a little while ago, and we were in... Oh, my God, he was here when Judith was here.
There's no way to be sure.
And he heard us arguing, didn't he, and fighting. After you promised him we wouldn't, and I promised him the same thing. He was right out there. He was freezing cold in the snow. And he watched and he heard us.
Vicky, look, we're just going to have to believe that he is still somewhere on the grounds and that the cold and the snow is going to force him back to the house.
What did he say in his note? That he didn't want to be like Jeff? Isn't Jeff the little boy who lives with his mother during the week and his father on the weekends?
I tried to explain to him that his situation is not like Jeff.
But of course it is. We've turned a perfectly happy, carefree child into a miserable, frightened little boy.
Wait, Vicky, look, we're just going to have to... We'll find him. We'll find him. We'll find him and we'll set everything right. Now, you try not to worry. I'm gonna go outside and look for him.
Well, I'm coming with you.
Whoa. Maybe we should have taken Clint up on his offer, huh?
I thought we were going skiing. Just skiing.
Well, we are, but I just thought it might be nice to take a little break, you know, up in the cabin. That would have been nice. You said it's only about 1.5 miles from the lodge.
Yeah, and have some brandy and fireplace all to ourselves.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing, except that if I'd mentioned it, you would have accused me of being a predatory female.
Oh, get out of here. I never would have accused you of that in any
You
way.
already have.
When?
The first time we met.
Never.
Yes, you did,
No.
right before Tina interrupted us.
Okay, why'd you have to bring her up?
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Look, it's not like I'm dodging the issue or anything, Kate. I just like one night without thinking about her, you know what I mean?
Oh, fine. Then I'm just some sort of painless diversion.
No, you're not. You're a good friend. A good friend that I think needs to go up to the mountains and get some fresh air to clear her head just as much as I do.
You're right, I do. So from now on, we'll just think positive thoughts.
Good. Such as?
Such as, how are you going to treat me to a mulled wine after I beat you down the mountain in 3 full seconds?
Well, I tell you, we may never have a chance to have that contest, Kate, if it keeps snowing like this. They may close the list before we even get there.
Well, I see you two are here and have found a way to begin a celebration.
Why not? With Agrippina on her way to jail where she belongs.
You haven't even heard the best part.
Colonel Dimitri?
Even as we speak, John, our agents are moving in on him, and as soon as we capture him, we send him directly to Mendora.
Where he'll stand trial and be punished, no doubt.
You know, there's another kind of justice here.
What's that?
Your vindication, Charles. Yeah. You've been taking so much heat over Jamie, it's only fair that you got some good publicity for a change.
Oh.
Yes. You know, he's right. The arrest of Colonel Dimitri can't help but do good for your reputation.
So, thank you. What you two are saying, in effect, then, is that in the eyes of the American people, I've never looked worse.
Yeah, Charles, that is one way of putting it.
Well, I'm afraid it's going to take a little more than arresting Colonel Dimitri to get me back in the good graces of a certain other person I know.
Judith?
Yes, but let's not get into my personal problems or the champagne will go flat. Listen, I'm going to run. Let you two enjoy yourselves. Be good. See you later. Good night.
Bye-bye. See you, Charles.
I feel so sorry for him. I was hoping that tonight's victory might help raise his spirits.
Yeah, I know, it's wishful thinking as long as Jamie's around, though.
Can I ask a favor?
Shoot.
Can we not mention Jamie or Aggie for the rest of the evening?
All right. What are we going to talk about?
Who says we have to talk?
Well, you know, if we go back to your house, though, Diane's going to be there and want to know all the grisly details of the big arrest today.
That's true. That could sort of put a damper on all our delicious inclinations.
We could go to my place. But then again, I don't have a circular bed or a heart-shaped bathtub. It is clean and empty, though.
Are you willing to disconnect the doorbell and the telephone?
No problemo.
Then why don't we get out of here before the maitre d' finds us underneath the table?
I agree. Let's go.
Don't worry, I'll get it.
I know you told me not to come, but
Jamie, won't you come in? What a pleasant surprise.
What's going on?
Cassie's home with a friend.
Did she look in her jewelry box?
No, not yet, so just play it cool, okay?
Diane, did you say Jamie?
Yes, Jamie Sanders. We'll be in just a second.
Listen, I've got to find a way to get into her jewelry box.
Oh, Jamie?
Yeah, that last bauble you lifted turned out to be glass.
Get out of here. It was so valuable looking.
Yeah, well, that's what I get for trusting you. I'll have to lift the next one myself. Maybe from Dorian's collection.
No,
Diane, is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Hi, Cassie. Welcome home.
Thanks, Jamie.
Oh, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here. Well, that's easy enough to explain.
You two are friends?
Yeah, we met a couple of weeks ago. Turns out we've got a lot in common, haven't we, Diane?
Keith Radcliffe, Jamie Sanders.
Nice to meet you, Jamie. Yeah, same here.
You know, you two really look a lot alike. I mean, same height, same hair, same coloring.
You're right. Amazing. We could become quite an attraction in Lambview.
Actually, I'm not staying that long. I'm on my way to South America.
Really? That's great. I've always wanted to go to South America. You could say it's one of my lifelong ambitions.
Good morning, Mr. Field.
I let him use me, didn't I?
He's your son. You wanted to help him. Jamie played on that, Judith. I counted on it.
You're going to want to send him right back to prison, aren't you?
Yes.
Herb, I know that you have to do that, but I can't stop remembering those inmates' words. The stabbing may have been fake, but their hatred for him wasn't.
I will try to ensure maximum security, but if we don't get him back to that prison right away, he might just try to get away.
Jump bail and leave the country. I suppose he's that desperate. Can you give me some time?
How much time?
I don't know. Just until tomorrow. I have to break it to Charles. He warned me.
Charles can't possibly hold that against you.
My pride cost him an appointment. Worse than that, my marriage was on the brink. I guess all I can do is say I'm sorry, and I don't think that's going to be enough.
Judith, listen, why don't you let me tell Charles, huh? Take it out on me, and then the two of you can talk about it later.
No, thanks, Herb. I made the mistake of trusting Jamie, and now I've got to admit to it face to face. Thanks.
No, I insist. Cassie must be tired after your long trip. You probably want to wait up for your mom. So, Keith, I'll drive you to the airport.
I appreciate the offer, Jamie, but my flight doesn't leave till tomorrow.
Well, I can still act as chauffeur. Where are you staying? The Vernon Inn?
I wouldn't let him think of staying at a hotel. We have more than enough room here.
Cassie, that's very nice of you, but your mother may have other ideas.
Listen, Keith, my mom would insist on you staying here in the guest room. Would you excuse us just a moment? What are you doing?
Just being friendly.
Oh, Keith's travel plans, where he's staying. What are you planning, Jamie?
Okay. I don't want to fight about it.
All right, good. Listen, it's decided. Keith's going to stay here tonight.
Well, that's Lambview hospitality for you. Hey, it seems to me we ought to drink a toast to Cassie's homecoming. I know a great place right down the road.
I saw some beer in the fridge.
Even better. What do you say, Keith? We can have our own homecoming party right here.
Damn it, Rafe, the snow has covered up every trace of those tracks, but they were there. And they were Kevin's, I would swear to it.
I believe you, Clint. Now, you say the servants searched all over the grounds?
We did too. It's as if he's vanished.
What about your men?
Much of the neighborhood as I can.
What about your men down by the lake?
It's all right, you know. You don't have to whisper. I know that you must have men down by the lake.
Again, Vicky, it's just a precaution. We have no indication that Kevin went that way.
What you're saying is you have no idea where Kevin is. He's lost.
No, he isn't. We don't know that. He can't be.
Little boys run away all the time, Vicky. We're gonna find him. I won't rest until we bring him home.
Thank you. Thank you, Ray. If I seem ungrateful, I don't mean to be...
No, you don't. Believe me. I'll get back to you as soon as I hear something, all right?
Thanks, Rafe. You know this is my fault, don't you? I told him that we wouldn't be getting a divorce, and I told him that we wouldn't stop being a family.
No, it's my fault. He came to me for understanding and for hope. And if only I'd had the chance to talk to him a little bit longer to try to explain to him what's been happening and why.
I promise you, Vicky, you will have that chance. I promise.
But the longer the night goes on, the colder it gets and the more the snow piles. He's out there somewhere. Oh, Clint, our little boy's out there someplace. And he's cold, and he's all alone.
All we can do is hope.
I think I've forgotten how.
You can pray, honey. Just pray for the knowledge to know how to hope. And just pray that our little boy will be found.
And color of those gems goes perfectly with the diamonds in my brooch.
I'll take your word for it, Cassie.
Well, I just thought you might like to see for yourself since you seem so interested. Look, after your long trip, you must have better things to do than go through your jewelry box for me. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, actually, I would like to try and locate my mother. Maybe she's having dinner at the Vernon Inn. It's a good idea.
Here we are, ladies. Take your pick. Suds or soda?
Oh, soda sounds great, but first I want to try my mom again. Keith, would you do the honors? I need to speak to Jamie for a second.
Sure. What's with you?
What did Murray do with the brooch that I stole?
He fenced it to some guy he knows. Why?
Because Cassie is dying to show it to me.
Gee, that's tough, kid, but I've got problems of my own.
Diane?
No thanks.
Jamie?
Don't mind if I do.
What is going on in that brain of yours, Jamie?
Maybe I don't have as many problems as I thought. Maybe, thanks to Keith, my worries are over.
Well, it's certainly cozy.
Look, I think there's any chance of that road reopening tonight?
With all the snow, no way, sir.
It's a good thing we didn't drive up to your family cabin.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Well, we'll just leave an early call and head back first thing in the morning.
Fine. Look, if you like this room, why don't you take it, and I'll just wait on the second one.
Okay.
Second one, sir, you're lucky we have this room available. I mean, this place is jammed with the snow and all.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that mean that we have to, share it?
Yes, ma'am, but like you said, it's real cozy.
Uh-huh.
heard on the news Agrippina Walcott was arrested.
Yeah, yes, she was. That was quite an adventure.
You must have been right in the middle of it, Charles. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I was getting a little concerned about you.
Me?
Yeah.
What's to worry about?
Well, it's just not like you. Staying gone all night and not leaving word when you'll be back.
Let's just say you're not the only one who had a difficult evening.
Oh. Well, what was it? Something to do with Clinton and Vicky's divorce?
Well, that was part of it. It was a rocky session at Landfair, but that's not the worst of it.
You want to talk about it?
No, but I have to tell you, Charles.
What?
I went to Statesville Prison with Herb Callison this morning.
What for?
I wanted to talk to some inmates, ask some questions, get some answers, and before you say anything, I didn't tell you because I wanted to hear it with my own ears and form my own opinion.
And what sort of an opinion did you form? Did you finally begin to doubt Jamie's story?
If I didn't have doubts, I wouldn't have gone to Statesville.
Judith, what did you learn there? What did you find out? Was I right? Did he stage his own stabbing?
Come on, Cassie. We can't toast her homecoming without you.
I give up. I tried the studio, the Vernon Inn, and John's apartment.
Well, if your mom's with my Uncle John, maybe they don't want to be found.
Sure, Cass. Jamie was just about to propose a toast.
I was indeed. That is, of course, unless Diane would like to do the honors.
No, thanks.
Then, to Cassie's return, may her homecoming bring nothing but happiness to her and those around her.
I'll drink to that.
Thanks, Jamie.
My pleasure. What's the matter, Diane? Didn't you like my toast?
Well, I say, why don't we drink to Keith's trip tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Here's to the adventure of your life down in South America.
Cheers. Something tells me that's exactly what he's going to have. Well, I'm afraid I ought to be going.
No, Jamie, we're just starting to have fun.
Oh, I've got a busy day tomorrow, and so do you, what with getting to the airport and all. Cassie, it was very nice to see you again.
Ah, how Viennese.
Well, we know a trick or two here in Landview, don't we, Diane?
Good night.
Yes, well, good night.
Hey.
Say, Keith, did I ever tell you about the flight I caught from Paris to Moscow just to hear Horowitz's homecoming recital?
You were there?
It was amazing.
You know, it's too bad Keith has to leave tomorrow. I think that he and Jamie could really hit it off, you know?
Give me a break.
I'm sorry, did you say something? Cassie, would you do me a favor? I'll try. What is it? Don't tell your mom that Jamie Sanders was in the apartment tonight. That's a strange thing to ask. Please, just do it, okay? Diane, I need a little more explanation than that. My mom was very fond of Jamie before I left for Vienna. Well, people change. From what I could see, Jamie was just as nice as he ever was. Yes, well, what he seems to be and what he is are two different things. Wait a minute, I don't get it. Jamie said that both of you were friends, so what's the problem? Problem is that he's out on bail. He was arrested for what? Well, among other things, for shooting a policeman while being transferred from one prison to another. Jamie Sanders? Mm-hmm. And you want to know what he was doing time for in the first place? How does dealing crack strike you? Jamie was involved in that? I heard something about my mom exposing a crack ring in a Statesville prison. Oh, he was more than involved, Cassie. He ran it. Wow, no wonder he's not on Mom's A-list. So you see why you can't tell your mom that he was here tonight. Yeah, I do. But what I can't see is why you invited a creep like Jamie Sanders here in the first place.
There you go. Thank you.
Oh, and there's an extra blanket if you need it.
You know, I bet he thought that we,
Yeah, I didn't have the heart to tell him that we're just friends.
Yeah. Well, I guess we better make the best of the situation, as friends, that is.
Thanks. Great. No couch. We can't even flip to see who gets the bed.
Well, look, how about this? How about one of us takes the bed and the other one takes the chair and this thing for about an hour, and we'll switch off every other hour.
Oh, that's a great idea. Don't you cowboys carry around sleeping bags?
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. I must have misplaced mine. I thought we were coming up here for a simple night skiing.
Yeah, well, it hasn't turned out too simply, has it?
Look, I don't know why you're getting so upset all of a sudden.
I was upset!
All right. Look, there's got to be a simple way to deal with this bed problem, all right?
It's not a problem for me. I'm not a married man.
Oh. Oh, this is very funny now. Oh, ha ha, I'm laughing. What do you want him to do? You know, just dive in and choose sides?
We might end up in the middle, and something tells me you couldn't handle that.
Well, why don't we just forget about the bed and sit up all night?
You are full of one good idea after the next.
Oh, well, excuse me, Miss Scientific Studying the Animals. What would your gorillas do now?
Gorillas? Look, why don't we forget about the bed and order up some dinner? This did start out as a dinner date, didn't it?
Now you're talking. You know, I could go for one of those big, thick, juicy steaks, a bottle of wine to wash it down, and for dessert, hot apple pie.
With gobs of vanilla ice cream?
Oh, yeah.
Now you're getting in the spirit. You know, this could be okay.
Yeah. You know, one of the many things I like about you, Miss Kate Sanders, you can take an awkward situation and turn it into a real adventure.
Well, it just depends how you look at things.
See what I'm looking at right now? See all that snow?
God, it's beautiful.
Yeah. When you're warm and cozy, it sure is. Look, why don't we do what the bellhop suggested and throw on another blanket? Because it looks like we're in for a blizzard.
Someone to help! Help me, please!
Well, Diane, if Jamie's such a lowlife, why'd you invite him here tonight?
You know, I really wish Jamie could have stayed. The guy is amazing.
Yeah, so I've heard.
You wouldn't believe how much we have in common.
No, I guess I wouldn't.
Do you know he's lived in Vienna, too? Along with any other place that you can think of? It's weird. It's like we just met, but already we're, like, really good friends.
Yeah, with friends like Jamie Sanders, et cetera, et cetera.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm running off at the mouth. And you two want to talk?
No, that's actually, okay. Keith, we were just in the middle of a little girl talk, if you don't mind.
Heck no. I'll go collapse in the guest room. Got a lot of traveling to do. Good night, Cass.
Good night.
Diane?
Good night. I'm still waiting. Cassie, haven't you ever had a guy that couldn't accept no for an answer? So, Jamie's interested and you're not. Bingo. And that's all there is to it. I mean, he calls, he drops by sometimes. But with the amount of trouble he gets himself into, I don't want any part of him. Well, that explains it. What? Well, you seemed really nervous about Jamie, so he makes you uptight, right? You're very perceptive, just like your mom. Look, I'm sorry I gave you the 3rd degree. Oh, that's okay. I answered a lot tougher questions at Statesville. That is until your mom came to the rescue. I just wish that... What? Well, we were really close when we shared a cell, and then when I moved into this apartment, we became even closer. Yeah? Well, I can't blame her for wanting to be around John all the time. After all, she's in love, and that's wonderful, but sometimes she lets everything else come in a distant second. Yeah, that's my mom for you. That also probably explains the letter. Oh, yeah, the letter you sent from Vienna. Yeah, she was probably so busy with John, she didn't get a chance to answer. Well, now that you're back, I'm sure you'll spend a lot of time with her. Not if tonight's any indication. Looks like she's going to spend the night with John. Probably. But when she comes home and finds you here, she'll be positively thrilled. I hope so. I know so. Well, I'm going to hit the hay. It's good to have you home, Cassie. Thanks. Oh, and now that you know why Jamie keeps hanging around here, you're not going to tell your mom, are you? Look, Diane, if he's bothering you, maybe she should know. Please, Cassie, let me just handle this in my own way. Okay, all right. As far as Mom's concerned, Jamie Sanders was not here tonight. Thanks. Appreciate it. Good night.
Then, Herb got a phone call from one of the inmates we questioned, and he said, Jamie planned the whole thing.
Well, then you finally had to face the truth, even though Kate and I couldn't convince you.
I'm a lawyer, Charles. It's not in my nature to doubt people until I have the facts.
Right. That's true. You are a lawyer. First, last, and always a lawyer. And then sometimes a mother, and then other times, well...
What? What were you going to say? A lover?
Well, why would I say that? Why would I bring up a subject that's all been but forgotten?
How can you say that?
Judith, because I am the gentleman who occupies the other half of our bed. Remember, I know what goes on in there, or more precisely, what doesn't.
Well, I've been preoccupied with Jamie's case.
Oh, please, Judith, don't lay that at Jamie's feet, too. The fact of the matter is that whenever I want you or need you, you're either, I don't know, consoling a client or writing a brief or some other damn...
Well, when I need you, you're usually visiting a country.
Okay, this isn't going to get anywhere. You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
Where are you going?
I am going to bed, madam. You remember where that is, don't you?
We do have a standing rule in this house. No one goes to bed angry.
Oh, don't you quote the rule book to me. You threw the rule book away when you started interfering on Jamie's behalf.
What do you want me to do? Have him tossed to the police and have him locked up for the rest of his life?
If you care about this family, that's exactly what you should do.
I am not going to let him go back to Statesville until Herb can ensure me that he is safe. Now, I will talk to him in the morning. Good night.
Where are you going?
I am going to bed. You see, I do remember where it is, and I'm going to sleep there alone.
Oh, that'll solve everything.
A few hours ago, you were begging me to forge you a new passport. Now you don't want one. What are you trying to pull, Jamie?
I thought you'd be pleased, Reggie. I saved you from redoing all that great work you did.
Listen, man. Before I was mad because you gave me a phony piece of glass instead of a real jewel. I know you're good for the money.
You don't understand.
You come across with some quality jewels, and my friend, I will deliver unto you a passport so authentic, your grandmother wouldn't stop you at customs.
This is no reflection on your skill. I just don't need your services anymore.
Don't tell me that you found somebody else for the job, because there's nobody out there who can top my work.
It's not like that at all. As a matter of fact, as I was about to rip off the jewels to pay you, fate intervened.
Fate?
Otherwise known as Keith Radcliffe, a nice, fresh-faced guy who suddenly appeared with everything I need.
You're losing me, Jamie.
This guy, Keith, he's got my build, my coloring, same weight and height, give or take a pound or two, and best of all, he's got a passport. How do I know? Because he's leaving the country tomorrow, that's how. He's going to South America.
Wait a minute, man. Are you thinking what I think you're thinking?
And they say that crime doesn't pay. As usual, they are dead wrong. Check, please.
Right. You guys hear about the Buchanan kid?
No.
I just heard it on the radio. The boy, Kevin Buchanan, he's missing.
No kidding. This Buchanan sure have a tough time keeping track of those kids.
It's a funny sense of humor.
Hold on, I'm coming. It's just a kid. It's okay. It's okay, I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Maybe this will wake you up.
Who are you?
Hey, it's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. My pancakes might, but not me.
How'd I get here?
Well, you see, I found you playing polar bear in this cave. And, I figured either you were hibernating or you needed a warm place to spend the night. So I carried you through the snow and I saw this cabin.
How'd you get in?